Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to welcome our first set of fighters to the ring for our first boxing match. It's punchy kicky time. At 135 pounds, out of the red corner, please welcome to the ring, Josh Huber, the Hellboy. His opponent, also at 135 pounds, out of the blue corner, Zach Cooper. Fighters to the center for last-minute instructions from our referee, Oscar Martinez.
Gentlemen, you've had your final instructions. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fighters, any questions? Any questions? Touch them up, please. Fighter ready? Fighter ready? Box!
Fight fans, welcome to Sparta Combat League 71, our King of Sparta Bantamweight tournament. In the cage right now, wearing the black trunks, number one seed in the tournament, Mr. Josh Huber. Facing off against the fighter wearing the blue trunks, Mr. Zach Cooper. In this tournament, it is a professional boxing fight. The winner moves on to a professional kickboxing bout. The winner of that will face his opponent in a pro MMA fight. Referee Oscar Martinez, third in the cage, keeping an eye on the action. Pro boxing rules. As we progress in the fight here, Huber seeming to control where the fight's taking place. It's the one that's doing more of the stepping forward. Cooper looks to be in amazing condition for this tournament. Oh, hard shot, dropped. He took a knee. That's going to be an 8 count. Nearing the end of the round. Well, no, about a minute 23 left. See if Huber goes back to the body. And he goes for it. Cooper doing a nice job there, bent forward so that he could block as opposed to having to drop his hands. Of course, the forward bend, you have to worry about receiving an uppercut, but he kept his guard nicely in place, did Cooper. But make no mistake about it, with a minute left, Huber has a target. Good combination by Huber. Oh, and another blistering body shot. Cooper takes it well. Uppercut lands for Huber. Cooper looks to answer in kind. Huber backed his way out of it. Huber finding his rhythm here. Cooper allowing himself to be backed in the corner, and again he takes a hard body shot, but wears it well. The first shot to me, there's the 10-second clock. The first shot that dropped him did not look to me like it was a liver shot. Looked to me more like it was just right straight in the middle of the abdomen. So normally body shots where a fighter goes down, you think of it being a liver shot, but with the knockdown, going to be 10-8 round for Huber.
Hey, oh, you feel me? Yeah, look, we don't got the same clothes, the same home, cause you love us to the Look, we don't try the same whips, the same chicks, cause you love us to the Look, we don't get the same baby, you and you love us to the Look, cause we love us to the Look, cause we love us to the Yeah, cause we love us to the Love us to the Can't cry, cause we love us to the And I be rockin' right like
Josh Huber representing Factory X. It's Coach Mark Montoya in his ear giving some instructions. Huber had a really nice pace. Didn't look as though he was doing anything about wearing himself out in round number 1. As I alluded to, got the knockdown, so he got the 10-8 round. So see if he comes out fast looking to finish, and Huber with a hard left hand to the body early. Cooper looks well recovered. Huber, a long-time standout fighter in Colorado. Quite a few people, and I'm on this list, believe that regionally and nationally he does not get the respect that he deserves. So nice to see him in the tournament this evening, highly seated, fighting for $10,000. And Cooper coming in as the number 8 seed and looking to make a name for himself here is the young one, Mr. Cooper. Cooper swings wild with a miss on that one. Bare knuckle fighting promoter Corey Williams out of Wyoming is in the corner of Cooper this evening. There's a gentleman with, if I'm not mistaken, well over 100 professional fights. I know he's done MMA, kickboxing, and a strong background in boxing. And Mr. Williams, we're going to see him in the King of Sparta heavyweight tournament coming up. But back to the action here, and again, it's Huber pressuring forward. This time he blisters with the right hand to the body. Huber just having a really nice outing this evening with his body work. Then he goes upstairs nicely, mixing his shots well, not letting Cooper know where the next shot might come from. About a minute left here in round number 2. Momentarily, Cooper with his back against the ropes. Like he was taking a rest there, Huber took the chance to land a combination. Huber putting his combinations together nicely and looks really just to be very comfortable pacing himself here. He's not planting his feet and swinging wild, not burning up any extra energy. Just keeping himself in the fight, pressuring ahead. 10-second clacker sounded. Looks like we're going to go to a third round. So, of course, the thing you wonder about in a tournament format, as we're seeing this evening, is with the fact that, you know, there's a potential for so many rounds to go on. Do you press on the gas pedal when you have your opponent hurt? Do you look to try to put him out, or do you take more of a tactical pace, as Mr. Huber seems to be doing, and knowing that he has the fight seemingly well in control? And the risk there, of course, is that your opponent lands a solid shot or you receive an injury of some sort, and, of course, going a little bit longer, chance of making it a little more tired for the later fights. Oscar Martinez calls the fighters to the center, asks for a touch of gloves, and back to punching each other in the face we go. Cooper putting his combinations together nicer than he'd done in rounds 1 and 2. Huber looks to answer back, wants to make sure he doesn't lose a round. A little bit of wear showing over the right eye of Huber. His corner folks were working on that. Seems to be reddened, doesn't seem to be a great deal of swelling, and I haven't seen any blood coming out yet, but hate going into a fight, which if Huber is the one that advances, would be a kickboxing fight with basically what amounts to a target on your head. Corner of Huber, Mr. Mark Montoya calling for combinations. Factory X out of Colorado, one of the higher rated gyms literally within the United States. I believe, if I read the rankings right for MMA gyms as far as the UFC is concerned, they're in the top 3. Huber takes a second to step back and then steps forward and lands solidly with the right hand. Cooper moving his hands well. Just doesn't seem to have an answer for the pace and the methodical type style that Huber's showing this evening. He never really gives his opponent much of a chance. He's always the one that's pressuring forward, constantly keeps his hands moving, even though, as I've alluded to, it's not real super solid blistering shots. It's something that definitely the judges have to look at and know who's pulling ahead here. Cooper backs up, covers up. Huber, exactly what he wants. That's been his game plan all night. Pushes his opponent backward. Be interesting to see in kickboxing if Huber comes out with the same game plan. Again, I have to hashtag that with if he continues in the round or the tournament. But got to have Huber solidly ahead so far, especially considering the round 1 knockdown. About to hear the 10-second clacker here. We're going to take it to the judges. They're going to earn their money this evening. And there we go. Congratulations. Going to take it up. Oh, excuse me. it's a 4-round fight in order to begin. My mistake. I had thought it was 3 rounds, but obviously our ring card girl Noelle letting us know differently. Taking a look at the corner of Huber there. Very calm, very relaxed. As I said, longtime fighter in Colorado. Not going to be much he hasn't seen before. And here we see in the replay what I was talking about. Huber just keeps his hands busy, always moving his feet as well. Does not take a moment to rest. And boy, does that speak to the kind of conditioning that they've been doing over at Factory X with Mr. Huber, because he looks phenomenal coming into this tournament. So here we go with the final round. Immediately you can see Cooper being the one that's pressuring forward. He has to know that he's behind in this fight, and I would bet that the corner of Cooper was over there saying you need a knockout to win. Even if you got a knockdown, that still might only pull you even. And I bet Huber's corner was in his ear telling him, hey, he's going to come out fast. He's going to know that he has to do something pretty dramatic here, and Huber, of course, ready for that. Hard uppercut lands for Huber. That snapped back the head of Cooper, and he takes a step backward to gather himself for a moment and then pressures forward again. Cooper's taking some hard shots tonight. Still continues to keep himself in the fight, though. Corner of Huber saying they'd like more body work now. And why not? It's paid dividends all evening, as they call it, money in the bank. Make those hard shots, slow down your opponent, shut down his footwork a little bit, disrupt his breathing. Huber, hearing his corner well, blisters the body with several different combinations. One of the few times we've seen Huber's back against the ropes, and he uses them as springboard to bounce forward with the right hand that lands well. Cooper continuing to press forward in the fourth. Just doesn't have the sense of urgency that I think he needs to show, knowing that he's probably 3 rounds down, one of them at 10-8. I think he'd be really pressing on the gas pedal, really trying to fire the bombs in there. Of course, that, sets you up for a hard counter, and there's obviously some difficulties that come along with that, and being late in the fight. Fatigue could be one of them, although I'd say neither one of these fighters looks to be too worn from the bout yet. Under 30 seconds left. Huber continues to work the combinations, continues to go body, head, right, left, right, left. Huber dropped his stance lower for a minute there. I thought maybe he was going to try to spring forward with a power shot here at the end. 10-second clacker. Huber evades nicely with head work. In the corner, there's the bell. We're going to take it to the judges. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a judge's decision. In our first bout of the tournament, Judge Tyrone Short scores the bout 40-35. Eric Hines scores the bout 40-35. And Joseph Mason scores the bout 40-35. For your winner by unanimous decision, Josh Huber. We will see Mr. Huber next in some kickboxing.
I'm backstage now with Josh Huber. Josh just won the first round of the Bantamweight King of Sparta tournament. Josh, you've been on quite a win streak lately. I believe that's 7 in a row for you now. How's it feel to get that win?
It feels real good. You know, I had a little bit of a layoff between my last fight, and that was my boxing debut. He was real game. I thought I'd be able to take him out easier after I dropped him with that body shot, but he recovered. He's real fit, real tough kid.
You were able to control that fight for the most part. You controlled the distance, you controlled the ring. What was the game plan going in? How did you expect to win this fight?
You know, I didn't game plan at all. I was just going to go out there and be me, you know, be dominant. I feel like I'm the best fighter in this tournament, so I'm going to make them react to me.
There's high expectations for you in this fight. What are you going to do between rounds to prepare for the next kickboxing round?
Just relax, visualize, you know, just go out there and do my thing.
All right, your #1 seed in this tournament, guys, Josh Huber. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fight fans, up next, 4 more rounds of professional boxing in the King of Sparta Bantamweight tournament. Fighting first, out of the red corner, Corey Galloway. Some Galloway fans here, yeah. And his opponent out of the blue corner, Keegan Blanco.
Your referee for our second tournament fight, Curtis Thrasher.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your instructions earlier in the dressing room. Expect you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Right now, we're going to touch gloves. Good luck.
Galloway in the black trunks has the print all across them, thanking his sponsors. Facing off against Blanco. Blanco has the print on his trunks. Galloway, black trunks, gold shoes. Good right hand, lands crushingly for Galloway. Blanco seemingly none the worse for wear. 4 3-minute rounds, professional boxing. Fight number 2 of the tournament. Somebody gonna go on to face Mr. Josh Huber. And of course, as I've referenced a number of times, next fight, step it up a little bit. Throw some feet in there. Make it truly punchy, kicky time, as it will be kickboxing to advance in the tournament. Blanco flurried nicely when he had Galloway against the ropes there. Galloway very calm, very collected. Back against the ropes, but guard high, moving his head. Good check hook there lands for Mr. Galloway. Blanco showing good head movement of his own tonight, but a couple of times he's taken some hard shots. Corner of Galloway asking for work from the jab. They want him to use the jab to steer his opponent into the right hand. Galloway steps forward, Blanco steps forward into Galloway's range when he throws. Being the longer, taller fighter, might benefit a little bit by managing that distance, staying on the outside, realizing he doesn't have to step into his opponent's range to have contact. And Galloway, a little showmanship there. And again, Galloway, we're going to go past showmanship and start to call it taunting here in just a second. Blanco steps forward, lands some hard shots. Galloway takes a well. Good chin on both these fighters. Blanco looking for a little retribution from the taunts. 10-second clackers sounded. I thought we were going to have a beautiful flurry to end, but they get tied up, and there's the bell. Fight fans were treated to a second round.
Yo. We'd like to thank Brandon Dodge this evening, one of our great sponsors. If you're looking for a car, Brandon Dodge is the place to go.
On the replay here, we're seeing when Blanco had a moment where his head slipped outside the ropes, and Galloway landed well once he brought himself back in, and the taunting began right there. So, entertaining for the fans. Whistle sounds to get seconds out, and Galloway jumps up off his stool and goes right to the middle of the ring. I am ready, sir, is what he is saying. Former Sparta Combat League heavyweight fighter Stephen Poprocki owns DCO MMA Gym. He's in the corner of Blanco tonight. See if he gave him the advice to try to manage that distance a little more. Good footwork out of both these guys tonight, working real circular, not allowing themselves to be a stationary target. That's helped out Blanco a number of times when he's taking a shot, but he was moving away from it, so it didn't land to its fullest effect. So spoke of managing the distance by Blanco. Galloway doing a masterful job of it. Being in, landing, having his opponent right at the end of his shots where they've got the most power and the most effect, and then he's back out of range. Or when Blanco moves in, occasionally we've seen Galloway step forward himself, get chest to chest to shut down some of the punching activity. Round one, the corner of Galloway was asking for more work from the jab. And he sets that 1-2 up with the jab. Nicely done by Mr. Galloway. Blanco closes in, ties it up. Referee Curtis Thrasher says, "Gentlemen, watch your heads, please." And some deep breathing by Mr. Blanco. Saw Galloway glance down momentarily. Looked like he was taking a look at the footwork of Blanco, see if he could get a read on where his opponent might be going. Seasoned fighter is Mr. Galloway. Quick warning by Curtis Thrasher to keep those blows up. Of course, a little later on, we'll see strikes to the legs being allowed. Kick to the legs in the kickboxing fights, and should you desire to, in the MMA fight in the finals, you can strike to the legs with punches and elbows and kicks and knees. Ten-second clacker sounded. There's a good flare. Oh, and that was a late shot by Galloway. I'm surprised he didn't get a little talking to from the referee.
If you're in
Checking out the replay here. Seeing Blanco probing with the jab as his corner had asked him to. And Galloway, we saw what I've been talking about where he steps forward with his punches there. Obviously you get more power on your punches, but Galloway having a read on that and doing really nicely with his counters. Into the third. Blanco gives himself a couple of head punches to get the round started. Galloway getting more and more comfortable in there as he backs away now. He's starting to drop his hands. Of course, not something any coach ever wants to see, but Galloway just starting to feel it well and meets Blanco nicely with the right hand as Blanco's tried to step in. Blanco being a little bit more relegated to defense here, letting himself be back toward the ropes, letting his feet be a little bit more stationary. It's a tough spot. Most of the time when you've tried to move forward this evening, you've been hit with a counter. It definitely will make you a little gun shy, although every punch that every fighter has landed on the other, they've all worn them well. But I can see now Blanco's mouth open just a little bit. That's a dangerous way for a fighter to be. Take a shot on there with your mouth open and more chance of sustaining a jaw injury. Potentially a knockout. A little bit over a minute left here. Blanco trying to counter back. Just doesn't quite seem to have the speed that Galloway has going into the later rounds here. Corner of Galloway saying he's hurt. Blanco continues to show he's well within the fight. Less than 30 seconds left. Galloway trying to pour it on. Blanco stays in his range, lands a shot. Nice right hand on the way out there by Blanco. 10-second clacker sounded. Couple of final blows there to end the round. Take it to the fourth and final round here.
If you're in the market for a new home, Dynamic Mortgage Concepts is the place to look. We'd like to thank them for one of our sponsors.
Here. See again, Galloway just doing a really, really nice job of managing that distance. Comes out with his hands raised. He's feeling it. Referee Curtis Thrasher calls him to the center. Galloway ready to go. Doesn't even let Blanco step forward out of his corner. Working that jab just like his corner's been asking him to. Good right left by Blanco, possibly his best two punches of the fight, body head, but Galloway doesn't seem to care and just continues to work his feet forward. Blanco, a little better job managing the distance at the end of that combination. And we see it there, Blanco threw his punches and then was out of the range, so I have a feeling maybe the corner of Mr. Blanco's in his ear about that. Stiff jab lands from Blanco as he switches stance when Galloway tried to come in. Hard shot landed just barely above the belt line there. Blanco's hands starting to come down a little bit too from where they had been earlier in the fight. See if Galloway's able to take note of that and take advantage. But speaking of dropping hands, Galloway just inviting Blanco to step forward, knowing that Galloway, has the speed advantage. About a minute left here. Corner of Galloway letting him know he's in the home stretch. Final minute of the fight. Referee Curtis Thrasher in there is always close, taking a good look at it. Blanco's taking a lot of shots tonight, but there's never been even the tiniest little stagger in his footwork. Doesn't seem to have really been hurt at all. His heads moved around a little bit from a couple of the shots, but never seemed to have to back off or anything. Galloway signaling that there was a headbutt there. Referee tells the fighters, let's keep it all legal, please, gentlemen. Blanco trying to work his way in and out. Galloway able to follow him with that nice footwork. 10-second clacker sounded. And we are going to the judges once again.
Fight fans, your judges have given us their decision. Judge Tyrone Short scores the bout 40-36. Judge Eric Hines also 40-36. Judge Joseph Mason scores the bout 40-36. Your winner by unanimous decision, Corey Galloway. We will see Mr. Galloway in the kickboxing section of the tournament.
I'm back here now with Corey Galloway, who just won the first round of the King of Sparta tournament. Corey, this was your professional boxing debut. Your boxing looked really sharp in there. What did you do to prepare for limiting your fighting to just striking?
I didn't change much, just training as always. I'm always ready. I love to stand and trade, so I think I'm always ready for a boxing fight. So it was just good to not have to worry about anything but throwing hands. It was a lot of fun.
That was a pretty hard-fought fight. Do you think it's going to affect your endurance in the next 2 rounds of fighting?
No, I feel fine. I think it warmed me up pretty good. He never landed anything hard, just a few slapping shots. I didn't really take any real damage. I feel great. I'm ready to go again.
What's the game plan for round number 2, kickboxing?
Take him out as fast as possible. Same thing.
Always a good game plan to finish it early. Congrats on your boxing win tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you in round 2.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for fight number 3 of the evening. This also 4 rounds of professional boxing. Out of the red corner, make some noise for Oscar Valdez. Out of the blue corner, his opponent coming in at 135 pounds, Mr. Zach Chavez. Your referee for this 135-pound professional boxing bout, Oscar Martinez.
Everything above here is safe. Everything above here is safe. Okay? Keep your blows up high, okay? Any questions for me? Any questions? Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times, gentlemen. Back to your corners, please. Good. Are you ready? Lefties? Are you ready? Wait!
Fight number 3 in the tournament brings us Valdez in the red gloves facing off against Chavez in the pink gloves. This to determine who will move on to fight in the kickboxing portion of the program this evening. Valdez, a decided height and reach advantage. Chavez, great deal of experience coming in this evening. And you can see it there, big smile on his face. Chavez loading up, pushing his punches a little bit, but he might sense that he has Valdez hurt. Hard shots from Chavez. Valdez covers up with his back against the ropes. Wise work by Valdez there to tie him up, separate, see if he can't manage that distance. Chavez continues to pressure forward. Valdez answers with the counter. Didn't land super clean, but enough to let Chavez know he needs to be wary in there. Chavez doing a nice job managing the distance, staying outside of the reach of Valdez's punches, and then when he does move forward, he's got his hands moving, making it more difficult for Valdez to counter. Now Valdez lands well, and Chavez bloodied up a little bit. Once again, Chavez, that charging forward motion. Referee steps in to give him a break. Now Valdez starting to work the reach a little bit, and Chavez took that shot hard. Oh, and a body shot. 10-second clacker sounded. Chavez back up. Believe he's going to beat the count. And there's the bell. Came at just the right time for Chavez.
We would like to thank Stasis CBD for sponsoring this afternoon. If you have any aches or pains or trouble sleeping, make sure to check out Stasis CBD.
Corner of Valdez probably telling him work that distance. Obviously 10-8 round for him, so be a little more comfortable going into round number 2. And checking it out here on the replay, and just a blistering body shot. Landed very solid for Valdez, and as great a shape as Chavez is in, still put him down to the canvas. Barely able to beat the count. And saw Chavez sort of patting himself on the stomachs there. Not sure if he was checking to see if he was still hurt or just getting ready to do some laundry on those abs. And Chavez again shakes his head out. That's the second or third time we've seen him do that, like he's getting his chin rocked. And Valdez going to work with combinations here. Solid shots for Valdez. He's found his distance. He's mixing his punches nicely. Has to be careful because Chavez is firing back hard, but Valdez starting to take control here, and he senses it. Chavez needs to not let himself be against the ropes or backed into the corner. Valdez working those combinations when he is. And Chavez started to falter again a little bit there. Corner of Valdez asking for more jabs. And Valdez's corner wants him to put Chavez into the corner, and he does exactly that. Good job by Valdez listening to his coach's instructions. That's a skill that a lot of fighters, you know, it's just a thing that's hard to do, be under that kind of pressure and take instructions. And those that are able to do so, boy, do they have an advantage. Now Chavez looks to pressure back, but Valdez says, anything you can do, I can do better. Clubs him with the left hook. One, two. Oh, and Valdez starting to put it together here. Chavez not able to rush forward and land strikes like he did in round number 1. Valdez wise to that. Valdez doing a good job keeping himself safe and covered. Circling away, Chavez having to chase him and then having to throw those shots that miss. And wow, is that tiring. And you see it there as Chavez starts to wobble a little bit. Valdez going to work and to try to finish it out here. And the corner of Valdez saying, finish him here. And that's going to be it. Referee Oscar Martinez waves it off. Moving on in the tournament, Mr. Valdez. We'll see him up next for some kickboxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes, 42 seconds of round number 2, your winner Oscar Valdez.
I'm back here now with Oscar Valdez, who just won his boxing debut in the King of Sparta tournament, round number 1. How do you feel about your performance tonight?
I feel good. I feel like I got him out of there pretty quick. What do you think?
I think you did awesome. He came forward with a lot of heavy shots. He was very aggressive. Did he ever have you hurt with any of those punches?
No, he didn't. He didn't have me hurt.
You're one of the only fighters in this tournament who has professional boxing, kickboxing, and MMA debut. How confident do you feel that you're going to win this tournament?
My tournament. This is my tournament. It's made for me. We came down here. We're going to take the win. So whoever's in my way in the next one, you better watch out because I'm coming.
Congratulations on your win. We'll see you next round.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth and final professional boxing bout of the tournament to determine who's going to move on to be in the kickboxing portion. Coming to us first, out of the red corner, Benjamin Lugo. And his opponent also at 135 pounds, Mr. Scott Ingram. Your referee for this bout, Curtis Thrasher.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your instructions earlier in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Right now, we're going to touch him up. Good luck.
Final boxing bout of the tournament. Lugo in the blue trunks, Ingram in the brown trunks. Mr. Lugo, highly seeded in this tournament. As an amateur, he had held titles for Sparta Combat League in boxing, in kickboxing, and in MMA. So, if you got a guy that you say the tournament was built for, Mr. Lugo has to be at the top of that list. Ingram, great deal of experience, little trip there. No knockdown. Lugo, big advantage with the height and reach in this bout. Ingram going to have to work closing that distance, and he does so nicely with the left hand. Lugo keeping his feet somewhat stationary, letting his shoulder and head movement do the work of evading the punches, as opposed to stepping back or circling out. Shows the confidence that he has in his ability to read his opponent. And just as I say that, Ingram does a beautiful job of slipping and sliding. Lugo's corner asking for a three-punch combo. Ingram able to evade and then answer back nicely.
Good, Scotty. Go to that body.
Let him sit there.
Stiff one, stiff one.
Right hand leader, left jab. He's sticking that jab in his face.
Lugo being the one that I would say is controlling the action here in round number one, dictating where the fight goes. Ingram doing a lot of times circling away, circling back, throwing nicely with his punches, but Lugo with what most would term ring generalship. And Lugo going a little bit more into stalking mode here as we approach the end of the round. A little more determination in his steps as he moves forward. Plants and throws some hard shots. As the bell in the round.
This fight is brought to you by Old Glory Energy Drink. If you're feeling tired and lethargic, make sure to grab an Old Glory for 99 cents.
And just had a bunch of ice dumped in the ring. Got the corner guys clean that up as we check out the replay here. This is near the end of the round as Lugo put together that nice combination. He was starting to sit down on his punches a little bit, plant his feet, turn his hips, get a little more power into it. Good finish to the round by the top-notch and trials MMA fighter. And round number two. Already I can see Ingram looking to pressure forward a little bit more. And another slip, fighters get tangled up. Referee Curtis Thrasher says no need to stay down there, I'm not counting, bring it back up.
Good. Good, slip to the body. Slip to the body.
Lugo, very calm and determined this evening.
Put that jab all day. Get move. Get in range. Don't leave. Cover up. Circle.
Good mix of punches there by Lugo. Backs Ingram across one side of the ring.
Jab. Take your shot. Got it. Jab. Take your shot. Jab. Got a shot.
Ingram gave him a smile after that.
Good. Where's that face? Where's that face? Work it out. Where's that face? Good work, body. Work it out.
One of those shots landed just above the hip on Ingram, so that's why we saw referee Curtis Thrasher letting the fighters know to keep those punches up.
Good. Short side punches, buddy. Good. Out. Body. Tiger practice. Let's go. Tiger practice. Work. Straighten out that too, Scotty. Come on. Go to the body. Go to the body. Tiger practice there, baby.
Lugo managing the distance well. Ingram has to pressure. Oh, and down goes Ingram. Good body shot by Lugo.
Hey, here we go. Let's go. Tiger practice. Go. Everything tight. Good body. Go. Head and body. There you go. Cross body. Circle out. Circle out. Circle out. Press him, Scotty. Press him. Press him. Yes, press him. Good. Press him. Good. Get them hands up. Move forward, Scotty.
Little technical difficulty there for a second. And back to the action. And action it is as Lugo had scored the knockdown and Ingram comes up knowing he's got to show the judges something.
Press him. Circle out. Circle out, Scotty. Punches up. And the bell. What? Skip jab. Skip jab. There.
10-second clacker. I can hear Lugo's corner calling for a three-punch combo, and stiff jab gets Lugo a second knockdown in the round. Great round from Mr. Lugo, and he's ushered over to a neutral corner. And bell's going to sound here to end the round. There it is. Going to a third, but great round for our red corner fighter.
If you were looking for some fun to do on the weekends or the weekdays, Saratoga Casino in Blackhawk is the place to be.
Here we see on the replay, Lugo going to work with the body shots. So almost the walk-off KO kind of look there, but a la Mark Hunt as he drops his opponent there. So a very decided advantage for Mr. Lugo going into round number 3.
Round 3.
Ingram looks well recovered, comes out bouncing on his feet, doesn't seem to be weathered or worn at all. But Lugo immediately going to work.
Good, Scotty.
Lugo got a drop. Oh, and there's a little interruption in the footwork of Ingram, but Lugo got a knockdown with a body shot and a knockdown with a head shot, so knows that he has Ingram injured all around. And one more time, Ingram has to take a knee. Lugo ushered over to the neutral corner. Our count is a 5, 6. Ingram gonna take the 8 and get back to it. Corner of Lugo, asking him to go back to the body. Almost a little dirty boxing action there by Ingram as he kind of had a hand looped around behind his opponent's head to land a shot with the other. Ingram trying to put it together. Lugo takes a second step back, then digs hard at the body, does Lugo. Crosses to the head, does Lugo. Ingram answers back. Lugo able to see all of his shots now. And occasionally you run into a fighter like Mr. Ingram, who's in there against Lugo right now, yelling, let's go, let's go, let's go. Just a guy that loves to be in the ring. Love the guys that are built like that. However, the problem can be is Lugo might say, okay, I'll go. And Ingram looking to get back on track here. 30 seconds left, round number 3.
Right down the middle. Right down the middle. Your feet on the apple. Carry that jab. Carry 2.
10-second clacker sounded. Ingram able to keep himself in it. Ask Lugo to bring it forward. Lugo did. Ingram survives into the 4th we go, and Ingram gives him a little nod of appreciation. Some folks are just born for combat. Both these guys definitely personify that. Mostly I just wanted to say personify.
Are you looking to get in better shape this summer? Make sure to stop over to Supplement Giant for all of your supplement needs.
Final round here, we take a look at Lugo. He was asked to pressure forward by Ingram, and he answered, working the body in blistering combinations as Lugo tries to cross upstairs, barely misses with it. Great job this evening by Mr. Lugo of mixing the variation of his punches. Not only body, head, but right, left, up and down the body, up and down, or rather cross and cross, just nicely done. These guys have some appreciation for one another. They show that, and then they'll try to render each other unconscious.
There you go.
Ingram still seemingly has a lot of fight in him. Leaping forward with hard shots now is Ingram. One of the difficulties there is how much energy it takes to throw a punch with all your power and then miss. You have to shut down the rotation and the forward momentum of your whole body, and it's very, very draining. Lugo able to go to work with combinations. Solid shots, but more peppering type work than what Ingram is going for right now. Ingram loaded up on that one. Lugo able to see it coming. Combination of stepping backward and moving to the side, was able to evade. And all the combat experience of Lugo, you can see it tonight. Just able to get a really nice read on his opponent.
One. Good. Come on, one. Follow that up. Time to work, Lugo. Time to work. Good, Scotty. Follow that up. Circle.
Just over a minute to go.
Fire. Good.
Lugo solidly ahead in this fight.
There you go, Scotty. There you go. Circle, 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 circle.
Corner of Ingram imploring him to circle. And once again, Lugo with the knockdown. I believe that's knockdown number 4 in this fight. 40 seconds left. See what Ingram has. Lugo, of course, doesn't want to blast out tons of energy working to finish the fight, being so solidly ahead, as he does have more fights ahead of him this evening. Or at least another fight, I will say. Possibly two. Good read by Lugo. Lean back with the shoulders, let Ingram's punches slide by. 10-second clacker sounded. I believe the judges are going to tell us the winner on this one, and it's really just a matter of adding the scores now.
We would like to thank Violent One, the official company of Justin, the highlight reel Gaethje. He's in the house somewhere tonight. We want to thank him for coming out. We want to thank him for being a sponsor. That is Violent One.
We're going to thank our corner sponsors, the Dynamic Concepts Red Corner, facing off against the Larry H. Miller Blue Corner this evening. We have the judges' totals. Judge Tyrone Short scores the bout 40-32. Judge Eric Hines scores the bout 40-32. Judge Joseph Mason scores the bout 40-32. Your winner by unanimous decision, Ben Lugo.
I'm here now with the bearded assassin, Ben Lugo, who just won his fight, round 1 of the King of Sparta tournament. Ben, that was a very dominant performance. You knocked him down at least once every round. How frustrating was it that you couldn't finish that fight?
Honestly, it wasn't very frustrating at all. I know everybody's here to freaking bring it, so I expected him to keep going the whole time. I mean, look what we're fighting for, you know? We're fighting for who's number 1 in 35, you know? So let's get it done, man. Everybody keep working hard, keep getting it up, and keep coming.
As an amateur, you were the SCL boxing champ, SCL kickboxing champ, and SCL MMA champ. You think you can continue that as a pro and win tonight?
I believe in my hard work. I believe in my hard work. It's going to pay off.
Your next round is against someone who beat you in 2016, Josh Huber. It was an MMA fight. This is kickboxing. What's your plan going into this fight to avenge that loss?
I'm just going to go knuckle up with Josh, man. He knows he's my buddy. I like him a lot, man. He's cool. We're going to fucking get down and we're going to put on a show for everybody. That's what we're going to do.
Congrats on your win round 1. We'll see you next one.
Howdy. Welcome to Wayne's Smoke Shack, real Texas barbecue. Here at Wayne's, we slow cook our meat over low heat with select wood. We open at 11 a.m. until the food runs out. We make our sides daily. We use fresh organic ingredients and spices, along with hormone and antibiotic-free meats. If you choose to share with your friends and co-workers, we're available for catering. Just come on down to Wayne's, located at 406 Center Drive, Superior, Colorado. Wayne's Smoke Shack, true Texas barbecue.
Fight fans, we are ready for the semifinals of the $10,000 Bantamweight tournament. This is professional kickboxing. Coming to us first out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts Red Corner. You saw him earlier, put it together for Josh Hellboy Huber. He also won his professional boxing fight to advance to this portion of the tournament at 135 pounds. Make some noise for the bearded assassin fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan blue corner, Ben Lugo. Semifinals of Sparta Combat League 71, King of Sparta tournament in the Bantamweight division. Fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the blue gloves, Mr. Josh Huber. He's on your screen right now. He's facing off against his opponent across the cage, the bearded assassin, Mr. Ben Lugo, wearing the black gloves. Referee Oscar Martinez, third in the cage. This is professional kickboxing. 3-minute rounds. Both fighters coming out going to work with the low kicks. Head kick lands for Lugo. He has a height and reach advantage, trying to put it to use.
Huber, blistering body kick. He put his hips into that one. Lots of respect between these two, but both of them understands the skill set of the other very well. Knows that there's not going to be any coasting here. Knows that there's not going to be any time off in this fight. And they both know they're going to have to put it all out there in order to get a win here tonight and advance to the finals. Left body kick of Huber, and then he throws it down to the leg. Putting a lot of power into that this evening. Huber's always had accurate and well-timed kicks, but more power in them tonight than I've seen out of him previously for his kicking game. And Huber signals, hey, that was a groin strike. Referee says, hey, I didn't see that. Huber gets off a couple of good shots when we go into the corner. This is kickboxing, not Muay Thai, so you cannot knee to the head. Not allowed to elbow here either. The reason they're using that rule set is they don't want just an accidental cut, something that, you know, really doesn't damage the other fighter, prevent them from being able to fight, but just something that the doctor would have to take a look at and stop it. So they want it to be a more substantial end to a fight, as it were. Good knee by Huber, timed that well. Had a good pull down on the head as he threw that knee to the body. Stabbing his opponent again is Huber. And the left hand comes through for Huber. Lugo answers back. Huber trying to pour it on. Went for the knee, did Lugo. Huber timed the overhand beautifully and just cracked Lugo off of his feet. Not so much the it hurt me kind of, I'm stunned and have to fall down, but more of a nowhere to go but down. 10-second clacker sounded. Good flurry by both guys here. This could be a finals fight, a main event on any card in Colorado at any time. We're really lucky as fans here.
We'd like to take a second to thank Larry H. Miller, the official blue corner of Sparta Combat League. That's Larry H. Miller on 104th. Great car dealership. Make sure you stop on by.
And here we're going to see it. It's going to be an overhand. Oh, I thought this was the knee knock. Yeah, now it's coming. There it is. It was just as Lugo brought his knee up. That puts him on one foot. The punch pushes you back. Well done by Mr. Huber. Just beautiful timing on that. Not an accidental punch, I can assure you. Both these guys so skilled. Huber coming out looking to pick up where he left off in round one, throwing hard. I can hear the corner of Lugo. They're asking him, don't reach, stay long. Want him to put that height and reach advantage to use. Huber seems to have a really nice read on Lugo's timing and distancing here in the second round. Seems like he picked it up really quickly. Both guys working some spinning techniques here. And whoever wins this fight has to go on and do an MMA fight later on tonight. Definitely some guys that are in it because they love it. Lugo takes a hard knee as he was backed into the corner. Huber seems to have slowed down just a little bit on the power, but like I said, his ability to get a read on Lugo's strikes now really serving him well. Not having to pour forth a lot of energy to be way out of range or anything. He seems to just know what's coming and where to be. Classic hook punch knee strike there for Huber. Then he rocks around the head of Lugo. Lugo takes that shot and gives Huber a nod. Presses forward himself. Fans getting into this one. Huber goes well with the right hand. And again, Huber just saw that knee coming from a long time away. Lugo eating a flurry of punches here. Relegated to just covering for a moment. Lugo takes a hard series of shots while he's trying to pressure forward. Huber finishes with a hard right hand. Lugo answers back, walks Huber backward across the ring. Ten-second clacker sounded, and that spurred on both of these guys. Third round coming up. Wow, what a fight.
A path of aggressiveness to perform and become one. A force to reckon with, strong and powerful. One with purpose, one with uncontrollable passion. The Violent One. The official sponsor of the King of Sparta tournament for Sparta Combat League.
Checking out here on the replay, just back and forth, really nice trades in the action here. Huber was the more aggressive for more of the round, in my opinion. I would have given that round to Huber, but Lugo always willing to step forward and engage. Oscar Martinez gets the corner man out of there, touch of gloves. Here we go. Who's going to advance in the King of Sparta tournament? Hard inside leg kick thrown by Huber. Went for the Superman punch. Lugo gets his head snapped back and immediately steps forward in answer. Lugo knows exactly what he has to do in order to win this fight, and he's trying to do it, pouring all of himself into it. And another brutal inside leg kick for Huber. Not counted as a knockdown in the sense of a 10 count or a 10-8 on the judges' scorecards, but definitely lets the judges know who had the better of that exchange. Lugo slowed down a little bit from his opening of this round. A couple of blistering leg kicks will do that to any fighter. And again, Huber goes to the inside. More good distance management being shown by Huber. Lugo with the knee, Huber with the overhand right, left, excuse me. Stabbing knee comes up for Huber. Lugo's hurt on that one. Oh, so much toughness in these guys. Just cannot do anything to make them back up or stop. You can hear these guys grunting with the effort of their strikes, looking to put a stamp on it. Less than a minute to go. Somebody gets to move on and fight for $10,000. $30 seconds to go. Lugo gets the head kick up and then a couple of punches to the face of Huber. Huber answers back with hard shots. Lugo trying to put a stamp on the end of the round. Think it's going to be too little too late. Just a couple of seconds to go here. There it is. We're going to take it to the judges.
We'd like to thank our blue corner sponsor, Larry H. Miller, tonight. Make sure you stop on by to the Larry H. Miller on 104th.
We have the judges' totals, ladies and gentlemen. Judge Tyrone Short scores the bout 30-26. Judge Joseph Mason scores the bout 30-26. And Judge Curtis Thrasher scores the bout 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision, advancing to the $10,000 fight, Josh Hellboy Huber!
I'm back again with Josh Huber, who just won the second round of the King of Sparta tournament. I know this was a fight that a lot of the fans were looking forward to see, the rematch of Lugo versus Huber. You guys did not disappoint. That was an amazing fight. How do you feel about that performance?
It was a tough one. You know, Lugo took me to the brink again. You know, he's a great fighter. He's got a ton of heart and a great competitive spirit. He's never easy to fight against.
Did any of those shots hurt you? I know that you dropped him a couple of times. He landed some hard ones too, but how are you feeling coming out of that fight?
You know, I've never been knocked out in over 50 fights. You know, he definitely hits hard, but nothing I can't handle, nothing I've never dealt with before.
You're a very experienced fighter, obviously. You stayed calm and controlled the whole time. What are you looking forward to most in this next fight?
Winning the tournament and being the King of Sparta.
Do you have anyone you expect to fight next round?
No, may the best man win. I want to fight the best guy to prove that I'm the best.
All right, well, we'll see you round 3. Great job.
You heard him, fight fans. He wants to fight the best guy, and we're about to find out who that is. Coming to us out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner. He won his fight earlier. Welcome back to the ring, Corey Galloway. His opponent, out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan off of 104th Miller Blue Corner. Welcome back to the ring, Oscar Valdez. Round one in our second semifinal fight, Corey Galloway wearing the black trunks, facing off against his opponent who also won earlier, Mr. Oscar Valdez in the red Venom trunks. See who advances to fight Josh Huber in the finals. And $1,000 on the line. Valdez had a supposed easier road to the semifinals. I say that only because he didn't have to go 4 rounds in his boxing fight. If you'll recall, he did have the second round stoppage versus Galloway, who did have to go all 4 rounds. And that's going to be scored as a knockdown. So Valdez behind on the scorecards early. Corner of Galloway asking for the teep. That's a Muay Thai technique. It's a straightforward kick. You can take it to different levels of the body.
And they were calling for teep to the face. Valdez trying to use that reach nicely. He's good at staying on the outside. Corner of Galloway calling out instructions. Was at a moment when the crowd was a little bit silent here, and Valdez had a clear ear to the instructions going to Galloway. Number of times we saw Valdez work into the body. Possibly his strategy is to work to drain his opponent's gas tank, knowing he had longer time in the ring earlier in this tournament. Rushing leg kick for Galloway, but he eats a couple of counters. Both fighters really composed here, very relaxed. Probably happy to be able to take some more tools out of their tool chest and work those kicks. And that teep kick that just landed for Galloway is exactly what his corner's been calling for. So they're wanting him to use those kicks in order to manage the distance. Good knees inside by Galloway. Little sneaky right hand over the top. Lands for Valdez, and onto their stools they go, and then off to round two we will be.
We'd like to take a second to thank Larry H. Miller once again, our blue corner sponsor this evening. Also, we'd like to thank Violent One, the official sponsor of the Sparta Combat League King of Sparta tournament.
Checking it out here on the replay. This is where he trapped the kick and then threw the overhand right. Referee Curtis Thrasher scored that a knockdown. I agree with that. A moment ago, we saw Galloway in his corner, very relaxed, in great shape this evening. This is going into his 6th round of fighting this evening, and not really even breathing hard. So definitely did what he needed to do to be prepared for this evening. And immediately the corner of Galloway calling for him to use that teep kick again. And so I have to say, definitely that's their strategy, is to try to negate the length effect of, effect of Valdez. And that's exactly what they're worried about, is Valdez working those long strikes. He got off to the head and the body there. Not lots of kicks being shown by Valdez, and his counters coming a lot against the kicks of Galloway as well. So twitches his hips there like he was gonna throw the kick, but didn't let it fly. Flying knee comes in for Valdez. Didn't have any authority on it. Galloway circles away. Best punch of the fight landed right there for Valdez, that overhand right. Good body work in this fight by Mr. Valdez. Been working the long jab to the body and then inside, working some hooks to the abdomen as well. Corner of Galloway calling for a switch kick. It's because Valdez is southpaw, so if Galloway switches his stance and then throws a kick. It'll be a power kick going toward the body of Valdez. Loaded up on that flying knee did Valdez. Galloway able to see it coming from a ways away. Round 2 of a 3-round fight with 30 seconds left to go. Saw Valdez's leg fold a little bit on that low kick from Galloway. 10-second clacker sounded. Both guys going to try to get off another shot or two. We'll be back with the third.
If you're looking for something to do during the week or the weekend, Saratoga Casino has all of your needs. Make sure to head on down to Blackhawk for Saratoga Casino.
Checking it out here on the replay. One of the few times that Galloway had his back against the cage and Valdez took good advantage of it. Shows how smart of a fighter he is. Gets that quick read, throws the appropriate technique, but he loaded up a little bit on it and Galloway able to see it coming. So we'll see if Valdez comes out with a sense of urgency. He had the knockdown counted against him, and I also had round 2 in favor of Galloway. So I'd say Valdez needs a finish here. Again, we saw Valdez with the twitch of the hips, faking that he was going to throw the kick, but hasn't thrown enough of them to make Galloway bite on the fake. There's the switch kick that Galloway's corner was asking for. Valdez over the top. His punch got there before the kick. Again, the jumping knee for Valdez. You can tell that's something he's worked on in the gym. Hoping to score well with it tonight. Hasn't had much positive effect. Good technique once it gets in there, though. No doubt about that. And there was a hard knee up the middle that landed for Valdez. Corner Galloway was calling from the knee, but it was Valdez that threw it. And the corner of Galloway now asking him to find the liver. And he listens well. I was about to say, I'm not sure if they want him to throw the lead kick or throw the hook, and hook punch it was. In kickboxing and Muay Thai rules, when you grab a kick, you can take one step and or throw one technique. So that was legal, not counted as an 8-count type of a knockdown, but again, like we talked about with the leg kick that knocks down an opponent, shows the judges who's in control at that moment. Good exchange by both fighters, and both wear well. 10 seconds left. Galloway backing away, probably feels he's safe here and just wants to ride it out. Take it to the judges.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, the Platte River Bar and Restaurant. They've just redone their menu. They've got a great patio outside. Make sure to give these guys a look. They're a great restaurant. That's the Platte River Bar and Grill.
The judges have given their decision. Fight fans, Judge Oscar Martinez scores the bout 30-26. Judge Joseph Mason scores the bout 29-27. Judge Tyrone Short also scores the bout 29-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, Corey Galloway. We will see Mr. Galloway in the finals.
I'm back here now with Corey Galloway, who will be advancing to the finals of the tournament tonight. Corey, that was a beautiful display of striking. How do you feel about your performance?
I feel great. I didn't try to push the finish at all. I knew I had him everywhere. I didn't feel like he could get in range and touch me, so I just wanted to get out clean, get ready for the finals.
The finals coming up is MMA. Your striking's obviously looking great, sharp, crisp. Do you plan to keep it on the feet, or are you going to take him down?
I always like to keep it on the feet, but it's a fight, so it'll go where it goes, but I'm ready to do it.
Next round will be against Josh Huber. What's the game plan to beat him?
Same plan it always is, take him out.
Congratulations on the win. See you next round.
Fight fans, this is why we're here. It's our main event of the evening. For the King of Sparta, Sparta Combat League 71 Bantamweight title. They fought boxing, they fought kickboxing. Now let's see their MMA skills. Coming to us out of the red corner, sponsored by Dynamic Mortgage Concepts. Welcome to the cage again, Josh Hellboy Huber. You watched him as a professional boxer. You watched him as a professional kickboxer. Now see him as a professional MMA fighter. Out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan blue corner, welcome back to the cage, Corey Galloway.
Okay, gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Congratulations with your endeavors so far. Let's touch them up, gentlemen. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck.
King of Sparta, $10,000 on the line. Cheer him on, fight fans. In our King of Sparta Bantamweight tournament, Josh Hellboy Huber has the beard. He's wearing the Rev Gear board shorts, facing off against Corey Galloway. Huber, a Factory X representative here this evening. Both these guys, long road to the finals. This is our first professional MMA fight of the night. Rules difference being you can knee to the head while you're standing. We are having 5-minute rounds, and you are able to use the point of the elbow as an attacking weapon, whereas in the elimination division, it was only forearms that you can attack with. Huber, nice hand-leg combination. Trying to beat up that lead leg of Galloway a little bit.
Extend that lead leg every time, yep. I'm not checking. Just south side, south side. Yep, now face hand, straight middle. Yeah. Go back to what we saw now.
Nice pace by these guys. A little bit of a feeling out process, but each willing to pressure it forward a little bit. And you definitely got to say they'd be warmed up. Huber always has shown himself to be a very durable fighter, even in fights where he's sustained injuries early on, breaks and tears and fractures. He's always been a guy that'll hide it and stay out there and finish the fight. During the road to the finals in this tournament, neither fighter saw anything presented to me anyway that made me think they had sustained an injury. So I think they're both coming in, other than weathered cardio-wise, coming in fairly fresh. Huber, a little bit of redness around his
right eye, but I've seen his cornermen working on that between rounds and after the fight, and they've done a nice job of keeping the swelling down there. Pace starting to pick up a little bit here. As I said, it's 5-minute rounds. Got a minute 43 left here.
Hey, after your kicks, I need some hands.
Huber lands solid with the Superman punch. That went right into the bridge of the nose of his opponent. And Huber connects with the right hand, too. Galloway traps a kick, uses it as an opportunity to try to set up a takedown. Has his hands clasped. Not sure how tight his grip is. Huber trying to splay his legs. Got blood coming out from somewhere. I think it's the left eye of Galloway. And Huber, nice job with his takedown defense. Able to work his way up the body of Galloway, up under the armpits, and now has himself in a position where it's a battle of chest and head position. Continuing to hunt for the takedown as Galloway has to be careful leaving his head exposed down there. Huber could start coming across with some elbows. Huber down on a knee. Galloway working hard for this takedown. Only about 30 seconds left. Huber looking to wrap up a Kimura from sitting on his backside. 10-second clacker sounded. Huber lets go of the Kimura control and tries to get in a couple of final elbows at the end of the round. We are going to the second.
Fight fans, immediately following this fight, we have a meet and greet with the UFC superstar Justin Gaethje. He's representing his brand, Violet One.
And bit of a cut opened up. You can see him working on it over the left eye of Galloway. And here we are checking out the replay. Some stabbing teep kicks thrown by Galloway, and that's where Huber landed that nice right hand right after he'd thrown that Superman punch, and goes into the body, and that kick landed well, but it gave Galloway a chance to set up his takedown attempt. And although it took him a long time to get Huber down on the ground, he did finally have success. But toward the end of the round, not able to do much with it. Referee Curtis Thrasher calls the fighters into the middle. And not sure if that's an injury sustained, and that's going to be it. Oh, unfortunately, Galloway looks like he has hurt his knee. Dr. Alex Constantinides into the cage. Huber, $10,000 King of Sparta Bantamweight tournament winner. Congratulations to the Factory X fighter, Josh Hellboy Huber. I'm going to go into the cage and give the final announcements. I'm going to sign off of the broadcast here. For Sparta Combat League, I am J.R. Gordon. Thank you for having joined us cage side. Check out SpartaCombatLeague.com for an event calendar so you know when to join us next.
UFC superstar Justin Gaethje with his brand Violent One in the cage to present the belt to the winner by way of technical knockout. 17 seconds of round number 2. Josh Hellboy Huber. Be sure to check us out on SpartaCombatLeague.com for an events calendar. We'll see you at the next set of fights. Grab yourself some Sparta Combat League gear and some Violent One gear on your way out the door.
All right, let's hear it for our new King of Sparta, Josh Huber, everyone.
Love you. Thank you, everybody. Can't say enough about my opponent. Very tough guy. He pushed me to the brink. He hit hard as hell. He rocked me a few times. I knew I was hurting him with those leg kicks, but I didn't think he was that hurt. You know, I was a little bit shocked when he went down. That's my first KO in years. I can't be happier.
You're a true veteran. You're a true veteran, over 50 professional fights. Now you're the King of Sparta. How does that feel?
It feels great. You know, this is one of the best performances of my career. You know, I've never fought more than once in a night. And after Lugo, you know, I was talking to my coaches. I was a little nervous because how worn out I was, but I knew I was a lot bigger than him. I knew I was a better fighter. I knew if I just pushed through that I would have the fortitude to take the W home.
You're a fan favorite. I know you put on a great show tonight. Who do you want to thank after that performance?
I'd like to thank Mark Montoya, Busy, Yusuf, everyone at Factory X, Compound, anyone that helped me get ready for this fight. I couldn't do it without my team. I got the best team in the world, Factory X. X on your chest, baby.
Congratulations again. Enjoy your night. You did wonderful.